Hello and welcome to Happy Melon's walking meditation for Melbourne Coastrek, recognising the beauty and wonder of each present moment in each present step. My name is Marika Knight and I'll be guiding you through today's walking meditation. Before we begin, I'd love to just premise this meditation with the fact that nature has always been such an invaluable tool in which to bring us into the present moment. Today's meditation and your walk in general is nothing new, but perhaps we can begin to see it with fresh eyes. Philosopher Walden Thoreau would often sit in his doorway for hours and just watch, just listen as the sun moved across the sky and the light and shadows changed. He wrote of nature this: "There were times when I could not afford to sacrifice the bloom of the present moment in any work, whether of the head or hand. I love a broad margin to my life. Sometimes in a summer morning, having taken my accustomed bath, I sat in my sunny doorway from sunrise till noon, wrapped in a reverie, amidst the pines and the hickories and sumachs, in undisturbed solitude and stillness, while the birds sang around or flitted noiseless through the house, until by the sun falling in at my west window or the noise of some traveller's wagon on the distant highway, I was reminded of the lapse of time. I grew in those seasons like corn in the night, and they were far better than any work of the hand would have been. They were not time subtracted from my life, but so much over and above my usual allowance. I realized what the Orientals mean by contemplation and the forsaking of works. For the most part, I minded not how the hours went. The day advanced as if to light some inner work of mine. It was morning, and lo, now it is evening, and nothing memorable is accomplished. Instead of singing, like the birds, I silently smiled at my incessant good fortune. As the sparrow had its trill sitting on the hickory before my door, so I had my chuckle or suppressed warble, which he might hear out of my own nest." In the same way that Thoreau discusses nature, we too have this opportunity to recognize the bloom of the present moment in our walking today. All we need to do is open to the senses of sight of the amazing views that you'll see, both of the bay and of the trees and nature, of the sounds of birds, of breezes through the trees, even of the sound of your own steps walking, to the smells in the air and the sunlight as it hits your face, or the cool breeze as it moves through your hair. We have this beautiful opportunity to really take in exactly what's here. And if we have the capacity to do this, then it will be a really great day. So the walking meditation today isn't dissimilar to just this sense of opening to all that you're going to see. But there are some tips that I can give you that might help you in your practice. So as you begin, you might just like to find a spot just on the ground, just standing just like a tree or a mountain, with the feet firmly planted into the earth, feeling the sense of sturdiness that these feet bring, as well as a sense of height as you work your attention all the way up to the crown of your head. Just feeling that weightedness of the feet. And seeing if you can almost direct all of your attention, even all of your thoughts, from the mind, from the headspace, all the way down into the tips of your toes. You might even like to just rock back and forth and to the sides, just getting a sense of that really central point of gravity where you feel strong and ready and able to face this walk. Also, you might just become aware of the fact that you're breathing, just noticing the movement of air as it enters in through the nose and perhaps all the way down into the belly. Good. And then in a moment, if you feel ready, we're going to begin to think about taking just one step. So just noticing how the weight needs to shift and that lifting of one leg and placing one step onto the ground in front of you. And again, lifting the other foot and just stepping it in front. Just taking a few more steps like this, really consciously aware of the lifting of one leg, the shifting of the weight, and the placing of the foot. It's almost like we're removing all of our knowledge of walking and just coming back to the basics of really understanding the intricate amount of information required just to make this walking happen. Something obviously we take quite for granted in our day-to-day life. So as you do this, you can begin obviously to take a greater pace here. It may be that you're just aware of that sense of lifting, and you might even say as you raise one foot, lifting. And then as you place it, just placing. And you could work just with that mantra of lifting and placing, lifting of placing. Another thing you might like to employ is the use of breath in your walking. Even if it's not the whole way through the walk, but just every now and then dropping in, and on the in-breath lifting the leg, and on the out-breath stepping the foot down. On the next in-breath lifting the leg, and on the next out-breath stepping down. And just working like this for a few conscious breaths, really taking in this fact of walking and of moving into each new present moment. The beauty of a walking meditation is this fact that we can actually stop whenever we notice that our mind has perhaps wandered onto just the general humdrum of life. And we can consciously choose to make the next step a step where we're going to step into the present and just see what's here to be seen. The beauty of a nature walk is, of course, there's always something really enjoyable for the eyes, for the senses, for the sounds. But we don't want to just get into autopilot with that either. So each step, there's just this option of, and what's here now? What am I seeing? What am I experiencing in this moment? What's here for me to take in? So you might like to just continue with these tools for the next few moments, the next few minutes. Just each step. Each step bringing us into this new, incredible moment. And in this way, it's almost like we don't even need to worry about the last step. We don't need to care about the next. We just want to show up for this step, this moment. And if you notice that the mind begins to wander towards the finishing line, towards when this will get done, again, you have this wonderful and powerful opportunity to just come back to this step and this step. And again, just noticing if the mind has wandered off each step. And this is absolutely fine. Don't be upset if the mind does, because that's what minds do. They tend to wander. But just in this meditation, just for this few moments, just seeing if you can gently bring it back to this next step. Just setting that intention. This step. What's here now? What's here to be experienced? Really experienced. And perhaps if you're finding it particularly difficult to keep the mind trained on each step in each moment, you might just choose to work with a type of meditation that's just known as first generation. And what you need to do there is simply just open the eyes and whatever you see, just naming that. So if it's a tree, tree, ground, bush, bird. Not letting your mind wander into any other thoughts or analysis of just tree, bush, water, bird, stone, bark, leaf. So as we come towards the end of this formal walking meditation practice, I'm going to leave with you a really beautiful old Native American elder story, which again reminds us of how powerful nature really is. It's called Lost. Stand still. The trees ahead and the bushes beside you are not lost. Wherever you are is called here, and you must treat it as a powerful stranger, must ask permission to know it and be known. The forest breathes. Listen. It answers, I have made this place around you. If you leave it, you may come back again, simply saying, here. No two trees are the same to raven. No two branches are the same to wren. If what a tree or a bush does is lost on you, you are surely lost. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. So as you begin to turn off the meditation, just have that knowledge that this is with you. There is no need for my voice or the meditation. It's simply the nature that can bring you into this mindful state. Just be awake to it. As much as you can today, just paying attention to each and every step, in each and every moment. There is so much beauty on this walk. Why not truly embrace it as much as you can? Thank you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.